Hi guys, and welcome again to Freckle Finance. Today I kind of wanted to go over what kind of is an inspiration towards our financial independence, like who it is that we kind of look up to. Now, this is not someone we know personally, and I'm thinking most of you guys, unless you have come here from a financial independence type of site or anything like that, most of you won't know this person at all. I'm not sure what his real name is. It's available online, but whatever. He goes by Mr. Money Mustache. So, and kind of to go back a little bit, when I was younger, I was always very debt averse in the first place. And when I started dating my husband, he talked to me kind of about saving well for retirement. We didn't talk that much until we moved in together about actual early financial independence or anything like that. But we kind of started talking about it, and then I'm not sure who discovered it first, but I started reading Mr. Money Mustache, and he was already on board for this plan because it was kind of his idea in the first place. But Mr. Money Mustache made me want to retire early so much more, and not just because I wanted to, but because it showed that it is possible. As well, I think partially because of Mr. Money Mustache. However, there's probably other bloggers. They've kind of created an online community of people who are like-minded in this sense, so you don't feel like you're kind of all alone in this want, because absolutely no one else we know in our real personal lives is into early retirement or early financial independence. I mean, they all probably want it, but nobody else is actively working towards it. And when I say early retirement, I'm not talking like at 60 or anything like that. It's like extreme early retirement, usually, 45 below, maybe 50. But so some people obviously do aim for 55 and make it like, I think my dad retired at 56. But we're talking like extreme financial independence where you can fully fund yourself for the rest of your life type of thing. Some people do it very young. And in particular, Mr. Money Mustache and his wife, I believe, if this is not accurate, it's like within 1 year wrong, were 30 years old when they became financially independent. Can you imagine being financially independent at such a young age? Like, you're basically just starting your work life for most people, and it's kind of an odd concept to get used to, but the more you get to know people who are into this, the more you realize, like, it's not like he has stopped doing anything with his life. He's a very hard physical worker. He likes doing physical labor and stuff like that. And everyone who does this financial independence, they do it for different reasons. Some of them don't even quit working. But basically, they actually had their child after they became financially independent, which I think is an extremely cool concept, that both parents can actually be at home with the kid. And definitely for sure one can be at home with the kid, because you don't have to worry about your money. Now, obviously, that is not actually obtainable, and I just want to put it out there. It would be very, very small, unlikely chance that we would actually be financially independent by 30, since that's in just over 2 years for us, and we are not close. But what he did retire with is $700,000, and that basically gets him an income every year of about $28,000 a year. So he also took other things into it. Like, he didn't just retire early and he's like blowing all his money type of thing. Like, he's not like super, super wealthy, but he was able to still sustain a lifestyle, and they make sacrifices so that that they don't work. However, a lot of those sacrifices is doing a lot of stuff themselves, because $28,000 can be a little difficult to live off. They also, since they don't have jobs, they moved to a cheaper area. And this is an American, by the way. I think he is Canadian born, and maybe his wife was too, but they have lived in the US for years. And so they moved to the Midwest. I'm not really sure what that means, but apparently that's a cheap area to live in the US, and they have moved there. And it's not like they sacrifice everything. They own a house, and they have a car. I think they go on sort of vacations, maybe not the traditional sense that you think of, like going to Europe or anything, but they still go on vacations and they do things. And so $28,000 a year, that's crazy. That probably is not really possible in Canada. Maybe it is, but not with a kid. And just the thought that someone has been able to retire at such a young age and they're able to be at home with their kid together it's really inspirational to me. I personally not aspiring for the exact same goals as he is, because I'm going to want to live off of more than $28,000 a year personally. And some people go more extreme, like they want to be financially independent with like an income of $15,000 a year and stuff like that. But if you get involved in the community, you hear all sorts of things. Some of them want to be financially independent, but like very, very loaded. And some of them have some unrealistic expectations. But just, I don't know, like I don't believe everyone has to be into this. If you want to work till 65, that's fine. You should definitely still prepare that you will have to possibly quit earlier because of like medical issues or whatever else things change. You might have a sickness in your family that you then want to be able to take it off to go work. For us, it's more about choices. We don't know at this point if we would actually quit working when we are financially independent, but we would have the choice to. So, and just seeing that other people have, you know, successfully quit and been able to, I don't know how long he's been doing it for, but I think it's got to be like at least around 10 years. So it's not like he quit and then found out it was not sustainable and went back to work. And yes, he does make money off of his blogs and whatever, but apparently he doesn't really use any of that money towards his income. Either way, he has basically been able to, at minimal, work a very small amount for extra cash that he claims he's not using, and I obviously don't have access to his accounts to say otherwise. And I don't really know anyone else who is so outwardly. He has lots of advice on how to also save on things, like save on your electricity bill, or you don't need an SUV type of thing. So he's very much about minimalism, and that also pertains to me. However, I think some of his stuff is extreme. Like for me, it puts out a lot of effort in order to save a little bit of money. I'm not really into that. But for sure, very, very inspirational, and I wanted to tell you guys about it because I think if you're at all interested or you don't even really understand the concepts, because it's hard for me to show you, I am not financially independent yet. I don't know what it's going to be like really like emotionally or anything like that because I haven't reached it, but that would be a good resource so you can check out and see kind of how he survives. I think also they're now homeschooling his kid. I don't really know. I guess there was something going on and they have decided to homeschool their kid, and they have that option because neither of them have to work. So being financially independent gives you options, and it's an inspiration to see someone who has been able to successfully retire early. And to kind of give an example of like how he is compared, kind of a comparison for everyone. Now, a lot of people will follow people who are paying off debt or who give advice on that. So that would be like Gail vaz-oxlade in Canada, or Dave Ramsey, who is in Canada, but mostly he's known in the US, I believe. And he basically, to me, Mr. Money Mustache is like the Dave Ramsey and Gail vaz-oxlade of early retirement. So, I mean, Dave Ramsey and Gail vaz-oxlade don't discuss that stuff at all. So he's like the main figure for that. So if you were interested in finding out more about it, I would suggest you check out his blog. I will link it down below. I've never spoken with him. Like, he doesn't know that I'm making this video or anything like that. So, but definitely if you want to learn more and really what it means and kind of how the community feels, because there is lots of comments on his blog and stuff, definitely check him out. And make sure you click subscribe so you can get updated on your homepage whenever a video is uploaded. And you can also like me on Facebook. So have a good day. Bye.